So now we have our least square estimators for B0 and B1. So B0 again is y bar minus B1 x bar. So obviously to calculate B0 you need B1 first. So B1 is summation of xi minus x bar times yi minus y bar all over summation of xi minus x bar square. And the key thing here is, especially in B1, right, we use every observation. So the summation, right, this is done over the entire data set. Okay, and so now we use, right, the entire sample, right, to obtain our estimated regression equation. yi of b0 plus b1 xi. Okay, all right. So now this is a long process. We're gonna do this just a few times by hand for the rest of the rest of the chapter. However, we will be using Gradle. But first, I just want to kind of visually see how the numbers work out. So here again, we have our data, our restaurant 1 through 10, our xi's 2 through, just here, and then the yi's are here. So conveniently, here's the sum. So here's the sum of xi and the sum of yi. Okay, now we're going to need these two columns because we're going to need to construct a numerator here. So this column, xi minus x bar. So we need to calculate x bar there. Well, I should just go ahead and do that. Right? X bar is going to equal 140 divided by 10, which equals 14. And then y bar equals 1300 divided by 10, which equals 130. Okay, so then you get x bar, so you get this column, calculate that, multiply the two together, you get this. Now, the key here, the key here to notice is that we're adding up this product here. Right, this tells you if they're moving in the same direction, if x and y is moving to the same direction. Now, for example, here, right, when x is when this is negative, y is also negative, 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 and then positive, 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 positive. Right? And so when you multiply them together, you're going to get positive numbers. If they're moving in the opposite direction, meaning if this is negative, positive, negative, positive, or positive, negative, then when you multiply them, you're gonna get negative numbers. So when you add them up, right, the data will tell you the linear relationship between the two variables. Okay, and so that's what this is doing. Right. Now that we sum that up, and then we sum up, and then here in the last column we square this column, put it right there, and then we add it up. So here we go. All right. So let's calculate then B1 first. So B1 is going to be, right, 2840 divided by 568. That's going to equal 5, and then B0 equals 130 minus 5 times 14, which equals 60. So our estimated regression equation our estimated regression equation is y hat I equals 60 plus 5xi. Or in other words, our sales, our expected sales equals 60 plus 5 times the number of student population. We can interpret this a couple ways, but this 5 is what we're focusing on, right? Because we want to estimate the relationship between sales and student population. What this 5 means then is for every additional student, we expect sales to increase by $5. Let's go ahead and sketch this line right here. 60 plus 5. So just approximately, I'm gonna eyeball it. We don't have graph paper here. Right? 60 plus 5, that's about there. Sorry, so 60 is their intercept, and the slope here is 5. Okay, what can we do with this? So, for example, right, let's say that we want to, right, we want to find the expected sale if a particular city has 20,000 students. Okay, so then we say, okay, well, let x equals 20. Alright, then here we go, say y hat equals 60 plus 5 times 20. Okay, and this equals 160. So then how do we interpret this? We say, well, the expected sale for a city with 20,000 students is $160,000. Okay, I'm saying thousand, right? Because the original data set is all expressed in terms expressed in terms of thousand. Okay, now here, how about notice here, we do have in our sample, right? We do have 20, right? We do have towns with 20,000 students, and notice here, right? Neither of these are 160. So why is this? So then, what is our prediction? Is our prediction wrong? Well, no, right? Because you see that 160 happens to be right between these two observations. And so what this 160 means is, on average, right? If there's a town of 20,000 students, we expect on average the quarterly sales to be 160,000.